What is going on, Jet fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video. Today, I want to get into the New York Jets meeting with a fast-rising draft prospect. And that fast-rising draft prospect is wide receiver Kyle Williams, who met with the New York Jets yesterday, according to Jordan Schultz. He is a very intriguing guy because I think a lot of people had him as a D3 pick, is now rising up draft boards dramatically, and I would not be shocked to see him end up as a day 2 pick in either the second or the third round. So what do we need to know about Kyle Williams? Well, he's extremely fast, 4.4 40-yard dash speed, 84th percentile, by the way, 84th percentile speed. Had a monster season his final year at Washington State, with 70 catches, 1,198 yards, and 14 receiving touchdowns to go along with it. So his speed is obviously really impressive. Height and weight, he's a little bit on the smaller side at 5'10", which is 12th percentile, 188 pounds, 20th percentile. His arms are small, hands are small. Not bad. A 3-cone drill. His 20-yard shuttle was pretty impressive. So if you're looking for like that big outside receiver, doesn't really fit that bill. He does play on the outside, but he's not that like huge big guy that is like an Alan Lazard type or even a Josh Reynolds type who they just added. So instead, let's talk about we'll get into what he's good at, and then we'll get into what there are, some concerns with his game. So what he's good at: tracking the football when it's in the air. So he is a deep threat. Those are two things that usually coincide together. With his speed, he could help push the ball down the field. He's good in yard after the catch situations. Like if you toss him a screen, he's going to turn it into positive yardage with his speed. He's shifty. He can make people miss. And he's a good separator as well. Separation is a stat that a lot of people like at the wide receiver position because, well, that means you're open a lot. So he's good at tracking the ball. He's a good deep threat, good yards after the catch, and good separator. He must be awesome, right? Well, if everything was great, he'd be a no doubt first round pick. Unfortunately, that's not the case for him. There are some concerns in his game, and that would be he struggles against physical corners, and you could pretty much point to his lack of size as that being an issue. So if he's if he's playing against a corner who's in press coverage, good luck, because he's not going to be able to really get off the line of scrimmage all that well. He's not a blocker, so do not expect him to be a plus in the blocking game. And his route tree needs a little bit more refinement, and his route running needs a little bit more refinement. Yes, he's able to create separation at the college level, but when you have to make the jump from the NCAA into the NFL, you need to be a pristine route runner, or at least be a capable route runner. I think he has a ways to go in those categories. So the Jets desperately need to add a wide receiver in the draft. Is that in the first round, second, third round, day 3, wherever? If I'm projecting where Kyle Williams will end up going, it's really hard right now because, again, I feel like his stock was maybe lower as like a 5th round pick initially, but now I've seen him in mocks as early as the 2nd round. So I'm going to give you a wide range between round 2 and round 5, which I know that's a major cop out because that's like more than half the NFL draft, but I would say either most likely a late day 2, early day 3 guy. I'll split the difference and say, 3rd or 4th round pick would likely be where he ends up. And the Jets do need someone who could help take a top off of defense. So I understand why people like him as a prospect. And it was maybe a few weeks ago, I was on Talking Jets with Jeremy on Thursday. Every Thursday at 3 o'clock, we do a live stream. And we were discussing just the draft in general, and someone brought to our attention Kyle Williams. I was like, I don't know a ton about him. So I've watched a lot of him over the last few weeks because of that person. So it's funny that the Jets actually went out and met with them. And, this is someone who is drastically rising up draft boards. That tends to happen in the final month. And we'll see if that's someone who the Jets target in the NFL draft. Let me know your take down below in the comments. Do you want the Jets to target this player in the NFL draft? I'm Matt O'Leary. Subscribe if you're new. Give a like before you go, and I'll catch you next time.